Hi, my name is Taylor Galston. Today I will be talking to you about air pollution. What is air pollution, you may ask? According to NIEHS, air pollution is a mixture of natural and man-made substances in the air we breathe. Air pollution has been a huge problem for a very long time. As time progresses, air pollution continues to get worse because of us humans driving cars, burning fossil fuels, and etc. If we could replace using the fossil fuels and driving cars daily, uh, we can replace it with a clean, renewable energy, air pollution would begin to distinguish. Causes of air pollution would be burning fossil fuels. So, because of when you go to burn the fossil fuel, sulfur dioxide emits from the burning oil fossil fuels, and is one of the main causes for air pollution. Then another one is vehicles, because if you are using a vehicle improperly, carbon monoxide begins to form and it goes into the atmosphere and messes with the ozone layer. Then also other nitrogen oxides. Another thing is agricultural activities. That's basically cleaning with yeah. And then another thing is exhaust from factories and industries. That's basically when they're doing their work and they're just letting that big old this cloud of smoke coming out of the buildings and everything. Another thing is mining operations. Basically, when they go to mine for coals and all that, the smoke and everything goes up into the atmosphere and messes with the ozone as well. Another thing also is indoor products such as hairspray. Hairspray is a big one when it comes to the ozone layer because it's really bad for it. Because of all the air pollution, it has different effects like everything does. The effects of air pollution, that'd be respiratory and heart problems. Basically, all the stuff you breathe in will mess with your lungs and your heart, and it'll cause you to most of the time die a lot sooner than expected. Another thing it leads to is global warming. According to EPA, carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases gas pollution leads to more frequent and intense heat waves that increase mortality, especially among the poor and elderly. Basically, they die a lot faster than what they're supposed to. Another thing that effect of air pollution is acid rain. Basically, that is the rain. When it rains, it destroys buildings and all kind of junk like that. And then another thing is depletion of the ozone layer. That's basically putting holes to the ozone layer, where when the UV lights come through, and it can cause more skin cancer and everything like that. Solutions to the air pollution, to me, conserving energy. Basically, do not don't use as much energy as you normally do. Cut your lights off sometimes. Use solar energy, stuff like that. And then another thing is use public mode of transportation. Vehicles are a big thing about the air pollution because of not many people are careful with it or know how to properly handle or operate a vehicle. So carbon monoxide, like I mentioned earlier, releases into the atmosphere and causes all kind of junk. So using public mode of transportation can help that a lot, like carpool to your job so you don't have to drive so many different vehicles to work or wherever you're going, so there's not a lot of that pollution going up into the atmosphere. Another thing is use energy efficient devices. Basically, that is flashlights. Flashlights, electric cars, things like that also help a lot with depleting the ozone layer and all that, where you do not mess it up. And another thing that you could use is, like I said earlier, solar panels and stuff like that, so you don't use a lot of different energy types. And yeah, well, the prevention of air pollution all winds down to people need to start being careful with what they do pertaining to vehicles and etc. Basically, they need to take better care of themselves and don't drive many different vehicles. Do not use a lot of hairspray or a lot of different type of cleaning products. Another thing, air pollution will begin to distinguish if the solutions that I've talked about people start to do. Basically, because if you follow these, the ozone layer will be pretty much fine. So